Rain! Oh my god. What are you pointing at?
How do I get this off of
Oh,
me?
look, that's where our score is going to be after our team... okay.
I'm such a nerd. I'm sick of this computer. You should eat your dinner like a normal child. Mom, don't take my computer. I'm working on things that some anonymous people on the other side of the world really like. No, they won't. Taking this away. Don't take away the computer. I'm gonna have friendship and you can play games and stuff like that. I'm so glad that my weird nerd son finally I don't know where you guys are.
I can be better.
Jello. Yes.
I can be older.
Let's see it. Hey, you've got to try this Jello.
I'm making your Jello.
Yeah, here. I can do better. What can you do? I can gripe about the old times in the old country. Let's see it. Back in the olden days, we didn't have Jello, so we had to use colorful water. Lay it on.
The underclassmen, 27. 27. Alright, now, seniors with 35 points.
So like I said, I'm learning this ZZ-CT thing, and I'm learning a lot of the algorithms. Still not sure if I'm going to use it, but I'm learning all the algorithms because I like learning 200 algorithms just for fun. But yeah, what I've realized is that these algorithms are fairly easy to learn. Like, most of them are pretty short, and most of them, it sort of feels like square one cube shape to me. Because for cube shape on square one, you basically just, like, recognize a case, turn it into a different case, turn that into a different case, and then turn that, and you eventually get to something that solves it. So you basically just turn it into a different case, you know. You keep doing that to simplify until it's a cube. And this is pretty similar because, like, a lot of the cases you just simplify until you have a simple insertion of the edge. I'm talking about TSLE, trans style last edge, because basically what you have to do is solve the edge and then orient all the corners. And in order to do that, most of the time, it ends, well, all the time, it ends with either RU R prime, RU2 R prime, RU prime R prime. That's what it ends with, basically every time. There's a few exceptions, like ones that are where the 2-gen version of the algorithm is like way too long and you have to use like D moves, but most of them are 2-gen and most of them end with one of those. And almost all of them like simplify down into one of those. So it'll be like, it'll end with RU R prime. RU. But it'll start with like an anti-soon, so it'll be like anti-soon RU R prime, and then that's the algorithm. And a lot of them are like that, and you just sort of have to learn to recognize, like you think of how it starts, so like for that one, I remember this starts with an anti-soon, I'd do the anti-soon, and then I'd recognize, okay, this is just an RU R prime insertion. So yeah, they're pretty cool like that, and pretty easy to learn, so I've just been learning a ton of them. I already know all the ones that, that only have one corner flipped incorrectly, and the last edge on the top. And I'm working my way through all the ones with 2 corners flipped incorrectly and the last edge on the top, and I already know like a third of those cases. So yeah, it's pretty easy to learn. That's all just in 2 days out of like maybe almost 90 algorithms or something. I've already learned a pretty good portion of them. Oh, what I wanted to say, but forgot about, was I was going to say how I've been learning them. So basically, for me, the key to learning algorithms is to learn them over the course of a day. So like if you learn a whole bunch in the morning, check in on it a little bit later, you'll have forgotten a lot, then you relearn them, and you check in again even later, and you just do that throughout the day, and eventually you just learn them all. And then there are a few that you don't, and you just learn them the next day. So yeah, it's a pretty good way to learn algs. Just don't try to learn them all at once, like for a couple hours, but just learn, like, spend like 15 minutes various points throughout the day, and if you spread it out like that, that'll really increase your ability to recall the algorithms.